What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim's Sports Talk. We have another Monday Night Football recap, and it was the Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears. And man, did the Rams defense come to play today. They end up winning 24-10. 7 points actually came off of offensive fumble that scored a touchdown. They got 2 picks from Foles. The Rams defense really showed up. 4 sacks for a 31-yard loss. Only 49 yards on the ground for Chicago. 261 yards through the air is not too bad. But yeah, it's all defense for these Rams. So let's go ahead and go through this game. So the game starts with 3 punts in a row. Then the Rams finally get on the board with a play to Josh Reynolds. You had him out of the backfield, run a quick out route. It was only like a 2-yard play. So nice touchdown by Reynolds. Penalties were hurting the Bears. They had a penalty on the first 4 drives. Each of the first 4 drives, they had a penalty on it. But they end up getting, so somehow Nick Foles makes this one completion where he has pressure on his face, Donald's all over his legs, and he just throws a prayer up to Cole Kmet, and Kmet somehow makes the catch over the defender who has great position on him. But Kmet comes down, so that means the Bears come down and they get a field goal. So they go up 7-3. Or sorry, they bring it within 7-3. Cool. Rams punt. Then you had a huge hit by Jalen Ramsey on a 3rd and 8 to prevent the first down, which ended up being huge because then they tried to go for it on 4th and 1, but they got a false start penalty, which moved them back, which then forced a punt. Like, they actually gave them the first down, and it actually took a challenge from Coach Sean McVay to then get it overturned to make it a 4th and 1. So big hit by Jalen Ramsey to force a punt, which was huge. Rams get a field goal the next play. It was actually a good stop by the Bears defense in the red zone, so they forced a field goal. That was nice. Towards the end of the half, you had back-to-back sacks by the Rams to force a punt. Bears were almost in field goal range, but 2 sacks in a row, knock them back out of field goal range, force a punt, and then the Rams let the clock run out. They take a lead into halftime, 10-3. Second half, I mean, this is just the Bears' night, man. Especially early on, a personal foul, roughing the passer, and a pass interference on the same play. On the second play of the drive of the first half. I mean, that's just too bad. You know, you can't get penalties like that. So, and then on the same drive, Rams get a line up in the neutral zone, so they move back 5 yards on a 3rd and 2, so they turn it to 3rd and 7. Well, then the very next play, they give it right back with a offsides penalty for the Bears, which then brings it back to a 3rd and 2. Penalties really hurt the Bears in the first half and early in the third quarter. I don't think they had too many penalties after that, but the damage was really done at that point. So, but they forced a punt, which was good. But Johnny Hekker was the player of the game, the punter for the Rams. Get this. On 5 punts, he put them at the 7-yard line, the 10-yard line, the 1-yard line, the 6-yard line, and the 5-yard line. Holy moly. The field position really won the Rams this game. Like, they constantly, the Bears are trying to go 90-plus yards to score a touchdown, and that just makes it impossible on an offense to be perfect for 90 yards, drive in and drive out. So, good for the Rams, for Johnny Hekker. Really, he's probably the MVP of the day. I mean, you know, Jared Goff's stats aren't fantastic. The running back duo was pretty good. Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown both run really, really hard. Like, I don't think they're the most talented backfield in the league, but they just put their head down and move the pile, which is really fun to watch. So, and that leads this to this right here. Then the next drive, you have a TD by the Rams, which was a 1-yard run by Mac Brown. But the more interesting play was actually the 12-yard run that got them to the 1-yard line. Malcolm Brown was tackled at the 6. But here comes the offensive lineman behind him, and they actually move the entire pile all the way to the 1 yard line. It was weird. Like, they're like, are you going to stop the play? But no, the pile kept moving forward, and they pushed Malcolm Brown all the way to from the 6 to the 1 yard line to actually get a first down. And then the very next play, Malcolm Brown scores out a 1 yard touchdown. So they're down 17-3 at this point, and Foles and the Bears offense start a hurry-up offense. They really start moving the ball, and they drive all the way to the red zone, and they're looking really good. Like, this is going to be an interesting game coming down to the fourth quarter, it looks like, because they're finally finding a groove. But Nick Foles throws up a prayer into the end zone and ends up getting tipped up by Troy Hill and intercepted by Tyler Rapp. So, very unfortunate, because the offense really looked good on this drive, but it ends in an interception. So, that's tough. But then the very next drive, the Rams get it. They drive 80 yards for a touchdown. They go up 24-3, and then their score was never really in jeopardy after that. Next drive, you had an interesting call because of the new catch rules. You don't have to maintain possession through the fall to the ground anymore. So it was actually Anthony Miller does an out route, catches it with one hand, never hauls it in, and reaches out for the first down. Doesn't quite get it, but when he reaches out and he hits the ground, the ball comes out, and they initially say no catch. Bears then challenge. They get the overcall. It turns into a 4th and 1, but it was really a opposite of a blessing in disguise, because then the Bears end up going for it on 4th and 1 and not getting it. If it was a 4th and 8, they probably punt it away, and who knows, maybe they can get something going. But instead, they give it easy field position for the Rams. But for the Bears' defensive credit, Bears' defense wasn't horrible today, because they actually prevented points on that drive and kept it 24-3. So good for the Bears' defense. Let's see here. Yeah. So they end up failing on the 4th and 1. Bears then block a field goal. That's how they prevent the points the next drive. They block the field goal, which kept their dreams alive. It still looked ugly, 24-3, but you never know what could happen, right? So the Bears then drive. They get back into the red zone. They have a 4th and goal, and they fail on 4th and goal. You're like, you needed those points. There was 9 minutes left. You're down 24-3. You really needed those points to try to make a comeback here. You need 3 scores to make a comeback, and you had a gold opportunity. They don't get it. And especially considering the next drive, the Rams actually do the fumble for touchdown that I talked about earlier. All of a sudden, if you score there, you get that fumble for a touchdown. That turns into 24-17, and you're right in this thing. Very unfortunate that they just could not punch it in the end zone. The Rams defense looked really, really good today. Man, going back to Johnny Hekker, the next drive by the Rams, you have a punt by Johnny Hekker. And it's a huge punt. It was like a 60-something yard punt. And it lands on the 1 yard line and bounces backwards and ends up on the 6. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better. And especially after that booming punt, 64 yards. Holy moly. Good for Johnny Hekker, MVP of the game. And to basically ice the game, Nick Foles got hit as he threw. Jalen Ramsey gets the final interception, and there was really no hope after that because they wasted a couple timeouts earlier in the game, so they only had 1 timeout with about 2.5 minutes left with the ball. If you score before the 2-minute warning and you have your 3 timeouts, anything could happen, but at that point, you only have 1 timeout. You would need an onside kick, which is like a 5% chance nowadays in the NFL. So Bears go down to the Rams, 24-10. The Rams finally get a win outside of the NFC East. So they get their first win over a 5-1 Bears team. I don't know how I feel about this Bears team, man, because they came back against Atlanta. They came back against Detroit. Like, they did beat Tampa Bay, which was good for them. So I don't know how I feel about this Bear teams. I think they're a fake 5-1, to be honest. I don't think they're real. They have a pretty good defense, but their offense is not quite up to snuff. So, but hey, they're 5-2 and anything can happen. So, that is my recap. Let's go over to some comments. What up, Spoiled AFib Gaming? First here, and can't blame Nick Foles. Yeah, Nick Foles struggled. I mean, he had pressure in his face all night by Aaron Donald and the rest of them, Brockers and everybody. So they were really getting pressure. Even though they only got 4 sacks, there was a lot of pressure on him that caused bad plays. That offensive line got it treated like babies. Yeah, well, Aaron Donald will do that to you. The extra playoff spot got the NFL TE crazy. I don't know what the TE means, but yes, it is going to be very interesting who gets the final wild card spot, the number 7 spot, and also who gets the bye week, because there's only 1 bye week this year. Usually there's 2, so there are going to be very interesting games coming down the wire of the 2 best teams are really going to have something to play for, barring somehow they get ahead of them too far out. But in theory, they could have really something to play for, which normally they don't. Usually they already have it locked up, or at least the number 1 seed already has it locked up, and they don't really care about it too much then. Let's see here. To be honest, they were beating Foles up in the pocket. Yeah, they're all over him. If the ball hit the ground, it's not that hard as long as it don't hit the ground. If the ball hit the ground, it's not a catch. It's not that hard as long as... Right. So, no, I understand. You're talking about the Anthony Miller catch. I understand. They made a good call. It was just an interesting play because that came down to the rule change, right? Because if that was the old rules, that's not a catch. Because you had to maintain possession through the ground because he was leaning towards the ground the whole way. But that's what that rule change allowed, is you to reach out for the first down. So it's a pretty cool call, and I agree with the call because it was clearly a catch. He had possession of it. He reached out. I liked it. So good call by the refs to overturn that after the thing. Great showing by the Rams. Hekker is a beast. What's up, Mike Pryor? Darn straight. Johnny Hekker, dude. I love my man Tress Way, but Johnny Hekker had a day. Not to rhyme or anything. I'm not a poet, but Johnny Hekker was amazing today. Just going back to this, he had a punt to the 1, the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 10. 5 of his punts were inside the Bears' 10-yard line. Whew, Chicago, man. That's tough. You trying to score from 90 yards out all the time. Time of possession was huge. Let's go ahead and look at the team stats real quick. Actually, we'll go to the box score first. Jared Goff, 23 for 33, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nothing special, but a decent day. It was efficient. There was an efficient day out of Jared Goff. I already mentioned Henderson and Brown. They ran so hard. You had 15 carries, 64 yards for Henderson. That's just over 4 yards a carry. And then you had 10 carries, 57 yards for Mac Brown and a touchdown. That's 5.7 yards a carry. That's awesome. And then I love that the Rams, they love their sweep plays. Robert Wood, 4 carries, 23 yards, and Cooper Kupp, 1 carry, 16 yards. So they love those sweep plays, and they're really, really effective at it. Reynolds wasn't bad. 4 catches, 52 yards. Everett also had a touchdown. That was a nice touchdown by him to avoid the tackle and get in there out of 12 yards. He made the slight adjustment as he was catching the ball. The safety missed him. Got a touchdown out of it. Very cool. All right, let's see here. Mitchell Wasmus, Rams D played a hell of a game. I know they only allowed 3 points on the day. Yeah, they allowed some yards. It wasn't like a complete shutdown, but when they got into the red zone, they really put their foot down and did not let them score. Held them on a 4th down and got an interception. That's awesome. So what if gaming? I will be throwing hands with my offensive line. The Rams got pressure 80% of the game. Yeah, Nick Foles cannot be pleased with the Bears' offensive line today. There's no doubt about it. Trade deadline, get here sooner. You want your Saints to make some moves. I know you do. And you want to see if all those predictions I have written down those other days, if they pan out. All right, let's take a stroll over to the team stats. Neither offense was super efficient. You had 4 for 13 on 3rd down for the Rams and 4 for 14 for the Bears, and only 1 for 4 on 4th down. Both defenses actually played pretty darn well. It was just the Rams, they were able to punch it in when they got down there, where the Bears were not able to. So good for the Rams today. You had a total of 372 yards to 279 yards, Rams over the Bears. Let's see here. Passing was pretty similar, 230 to 207. It was just the run game that was the big difference. 49 yards to 165 yards for Rams over the Bears. That's critical. That's big time. And also 2 turnovers hurts, even though 1 was kind of at the end of the game where he's just trying to make something happen, down 14. But 2 to 1 on the interception count. So, and the Bears didn't have that many penalties, only 6 penalties for 46 yards, but all of them were meaningful. All of them hurt, it seemed like. So And also, there's some that were declined that you could even have had a worse day if you actually accepted some of them. So not good. And you guys know I like the time of possession. Rams win it 32.5 to 27.5, and they win the game. Time of possession is very, very key to winning. Mike Pryor, did you see Skip Bayless' reaction to yesterday's game? Very interesting, and he was referring to old Skins Cowboys rivalry and calling us the Redskins. Really? Wow. On national TV, which made me happy. Very interesting. All right, what's up, Trent Lavicki? Welcome to the channel. I've not seen you before, so welcome to the channel. Hopefully we earn a sub from you. If you want to tell me which team you're a fan of, let me know. That'd be cool. But I just got here. What did the Rams punter do so good? He punted 5 times within the Bears' 10-yard line. He had a punt to the 10, punt to the 7, punt to the 6, punt to the 5, and a punt all the way to the 1. And the punt on the 6 was probably one of the most impressive because it was like a 64-yard punt or something like that. And it hit on the right on the 1-yard line and bounced backwards to the 6. Beautiful day by the punter, and he was excited when he hit that punt. I mean, he was jumping for joy. You would have thought he just won the Super Bowl or something. But it was an amazing punt. I would have been jumping up for that too. 64-yard punt, and it bounces backwards on the 1. That's going to pump you up. Spoiled AFib Gaming, I'm going to need Foles to throw to Marcus Williams' side all day so we can trade him in that waste of space. You got Bears next. You got the Saints got the Bears next week. And Saints film coming out soon. Get ready for that. Oh, snap. You making some videos, Spoiled AFib? Let me know. Oh, there goes Daryl. My man Daryl. He's a good buddy of mine. He's a Baltimore fan. He's coming in my chat talking about Baltimore. Yes, he loves his Ravens. And they're good this year. There's no doubt about it. They only have 1 loss on the year, I believe, right? They had the bye week. So I think they're 5-1. So, yeah, they have the Steelers next week. Oh, snap. ESPN's giving them a 67% chance to win at home. The 5-1 Ravens over the 6-0 Steelers. That's going to be a fun one to watch. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Who wants Marcus Williams? Not I. You can keep him. No problem, Trent. Welcome to the channel, for real. Mike Pryor, Tim, I also wanted to ask you if you heard Harrison Smith is a free agent. Vikings are looking to ship out. If we could sign him, that would be clutch because Collins is out. Yeah, the problem is that, you know, I like Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith is a really, really good safety over there in Minnesota, but he's aging, and we're not looking for aging talent right now. So the Skins are not signing Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith's going to want to go to a Super Bowl contender. You know, he's never been to the Super Bowl. He never won a Super Bowl. So if he's going to demand a trade, then he's going to demand a trade to somebody like maybe the Ravens, maybe the Chiefs, or the who knows? Maybe he'll go somewhere where they have a chance to win. And I don't know who really needs a safety off the top of my head, but that's the idea of where he would want to go. Daryl, you don't want Harrison Smith? He can help your defense out a little bit. What do you have, like Tavon Young? And who's your other safety? Harrison Smith is not a bad player at all. He's got some good experience out there. He could definitely help your secondary out. But I think it's Trayvon Young is the other safety. Our DBs are stacked. Your corners are stacked, but your safety position I don't think is necessarily the best. Your corners are the best in the league, but is your safety position really stacked? I don't know. Spotify Gaming, I'm okay with trading him or AJ Green, JJ Watt, or Juju, then sign Earl Thomas. We're going to forget what he was drinking that night. I said if Earl Thomas was mentioned, I will always bring up the fact that he was ending up in a room naked with his brother and I don't know if it was a prostitute or somebody, and he ended up with he ends up at gunpoint by his wife. Yeah, do not need that in my locker room. Yeah, Tim's already said he doesn't like Earl Thomas because he was sleeping with his brother naked. I think that's a little bit of a not exactly what happened. There was a little bit more details there. That's funny. But you know how I feel about my Raven sleepers. Yeah, no, Daryl, me and him have been playing fantasy football forever. And one day he comes to me. We were probably 14 or 15 years old, and he comes to me. He goes, "I got a sleeper, Matt Stover, the Ravens kicker, the sleeper." Mike Pryor, they were just trying to become Eskimo Bros. Oh, they became Eskimo Bros. Don't you worry. They were there. They were there. Very cool stuff. Anything to add about this game? Oh, here we go. Spoiler for gaming. They signed Antonio Brown. Crazy. He put his wife in police car on Instagram. Yeah, I know. Antonio Brown is a nut job. So I guess if Antonio Brown can get signed, I guess maybe Earl Thomas can get signed. Earl Thomas is not a bad safety, but at the same time, Antonio Brown, if you can get him on the field, he's a top-tier receiver. I don't necessarily think that Earl Thomas is your top-tier safety. I know Daryl, he's a big Ravens fan, and when they had him last year, he was not super pleased with his performance, even considering the Ravens had a really good defense around him. So I don't quite think the talent is there for Earl Thomas for people to want to sign that kind of nut. Where Antonio Brown is, when he's on the field, he's a monster. You know, he played one game in New England and he had 80 yards and a touchdown. I know he didn't even play a game in the Raiders, and obviously we know what he did in Pittsburgh. You know, one of the best receivers in the league when he was there statistically. So Earl will help us stop getting beat over the top. Marcus Williams, forget his coverage. I don't know, man. I understand that you're saying Marcus Williams is hurting you, but I don't think Earl Thomas is necessarily going to really make that take you over the next step. Trent Lavicki, did you see the play where Ezekiel Elliott got trucked by the Redskins defender, then got sacked? Yeah, that's Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb is the one that ends up getting the sack on there. And yeah, he's a young guy. We signed, I think he's either second or third year player. It was a 5th round draft pick for Cole Holcomb, and he is out of North Carolina. I think he was a rookie last year. So yeah, this year he would be a 2nd year player. And he had 105 tackles last year for us, and then he had 3 years in a row at North Carolina where he had 100 tackles. He's like a 250-pound linebacker, 245-pound, and he runs a 4.40, fast white boy. So, yeah, number 55 is legit, and I'm glad he's finally on the field for us. Daryl Felton, Earl was way out of position, always out of position. There you go. Listen to my man Daryl there, Spoiled. Look at the Saints' opponent's score. See what I need. Or see what I mean. Look at the opponent's score of the Saints. Let's look at the Saints' schedule. So you have 27, 29, 37, 34, 23, and 24. So yeah, they have yet to stop a team from scoring under 20. But you played some good offenses though. Carolina's offense has been pretty solid this year with Teddy Bridgewater, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. Mike Davis has done really well in replacement of Christian McCaffrey. Lions are still not that bad of an offense. Matt Stafford's underrated. They have Adrian Peterson over there who's still running at age 412. Obviously, Green Bay, Las Vegas, Tampa Bay, we know what the kind of offenses they are. And the freaking Justin Herbert has been unbelievable. He's the first one of 2 quarterbacks to throw 250 yards in his first 5 starts, and the only other quarterback to do that was Pat Mahomes. So I don't think that Justin Herbert's necessarily Pat Mahomes, especially not now, but at the same time, he's freaking moving the ball on everybody he plays. So you've played some really, really tough offenses too. But I understand your frustration to say that, okay, the Saints defense isn't really good, but, you know, it's a give and take. Let's see. Mike Pryor. Well, some people in this chat seem to think Cameron Crowe is going to be fine for some reason. No, more than that. Chris thinks that Cameron Crowe is the next, Sean Taylor. Just kidding. He never said that, but yeah. Offense won't help Drew get a ring. I'm assuming you mean defense because he's on offense, and his offense is really, really good. Really good defensive line. You said midget offensive lineman. That's what helps Drew. Spoiled AFib Gaming. How are we going to beat the Packers and Bucks? Drew will have to put on perfect games to carry this defense. Yeah, I mean, beating the Bucks especially right now is really, really tough. I know the Bears beat them once, and then you guys beat them week 1. But now they're on a roll, and I don't know if too many teams can beat the Buccaneers right now. They're really something. One of the best run defenses in the league. They have a nice young safety. They play defense really well with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is a defensive guy. He knows what's going on there. And then you have, obviously, Tom Brady, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, O.J. Howard. And I didn't even mention Antonio Brown yet that they just got. So it's interesting. Drew is falling off a cliff, just like Max said would happen to Brady. Yeah, the Bucs are godly. The Bucs are really, really good. What is Drew Brees doing that's so bad? I'm curious. What's his stats? So they've played 7 games. He has 1,600 yards. So that's like 230 yards a game. Something like that. Let's see. No, they've only played 6 games because they had the bye week. So that's a little bit better, actually. What does it say? His yards? No, that's 270 yards a game. Okay. 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, only 8 sacks on the year, rating 105.8. What cliff are we talking about? Where's this cliff? Why are we talking about a cliff? When the 72.6 completion percentage, 270 yards a game, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 8 sacks, 105.8 rating, and a 5-2 record or 4-3 record? What are we talking about here? Why are we talking about Drew Brees on this huge cliff? He's not on a cliff. Maybe he's going down a little bit, but he's not on a cliff. I mean, that's a a slight slope downwards, if anything. He's really good. I'm a numbers guy. Well, I read you the numbers. I don't know what more you want from a quarterback. Good grief. If Dwayne Haskins has these numbers, we're talking about Hall of Famer, right? Just kidding. Their stadium is like Disneyland and FedEx Field is like Section 8 housing. Yeah, the dome down in New Orleans is definitely a little different than FedEx Field. Definitely. Numbers doesn't solve everything. Drew get his team wins. Down 14, he came back. Down 16, he came back. What cliff? Yeah, exactly, Spoiled. Yeah, I don't know what in the world we're talking about Drew Brees on a cliff right now. I just read you his stats. I mean, in 6 games, I don't know what more you can ask for. This is the Aaron Rodgers comment. My down year is a career year for most people. What's up, Chris? Welcome here. Welcome back to the channel, Chris. How you doing, man? Fun game to watch for the Rams. They really crushed it. Sad game to watch for the Bears, especially offensively. But yeah, we're here. The players themselves said they liked Bridgewater better than Brees if we're not going off numbers. The players said they like Bridgewater better than Brees. I kind of call BS on that. Yeah, Spotify immediately after I said that, he said, when did they say that? Yeah, I would have to get a fact check on that one. Yeah, that doesn't sound reasonable to me. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and find. Where are you getting this information from? Insider? I only believe it if it's Adam Scheffner. That other one that looks like Adam Scheffner. What's his nuts? Yeah, if he said it, I don't believe him. What's his name? Oh, his name is just out of my head. What's the other insider? The other one that NFL Network uses in ESPN. I can't think of it. Looks just like Adam Scheffner. Mike somebody? What's his name? Ian Rappaport, that's him. Literally, Michael Thomas tweeted. Send me the tweet. I want to know the date of that too. Because was that? Oh, yeah, it was after the flag comments. Exactly. Yeah, after the flag comments, there was a lot of backlash to Breeze. Okay, come on. We don't know if that's actually play on the field. Or is that like, you know what, I don't want this, dude that's hating on the movement or whatever. And so we're going to move. We want to go back to, we like Teddy Bridgewater better. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, Chris Sports Talk. After watching that Seattle, man, we have a chance if our D-line dominate up front, which I know they can, and Cole Holcomb is fast enough to spy Wilson. Excuse me. That'll be a good game, I believe. Hey, I'm here for it. Their pass rush isn't nearly as good as they talked about, and it was actually interesting. We'll talk more about this on Skins in the Game, but Cornelius Lucas, I'm curious, let's see if he has a PFF grade. I don't think he played that bad. At left tackle, Deron Christian was hurt. He got a 64.3 grade, so he didn't play really good either. But he didn't allow any sacks, and I don't think they got too many pressures. It was against Dallas, so we'll see how he ends up. Let's see here. Well, look like it's Haskins' time for the Bears. Lulz. No, this was a punter won the game for the Bears. The flag thing, we forget about that he made a mistake. All QBs do that. Yeah, he did apologize for it, and I think he made up for it. And I don't think that the players actually want to go back to Teddy Bridgewater. Even though I don't think they would mind Teddy Bridgewater, I think Teddy Bridgewater has shown that he plays pretty well for Carolina. So I don't think it's that serious. And then people were saying how they welcomed Teddy back last week when he was in the Superdome and drew conclusions that he was more popular. Hey, maybe he was more popular. Maybe I think Drew Brees is a pretty nice guy, but I have heard nothing to say that Teddy Bridgewater isn't a nice guy. So maybe they really did enjoy Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater is better than Drew Brees, but hey, maybe they did have a good relationship with him. They did go like undefeated with him or something, or did maybe lost one game. So Teddy Bridgewater came in and played just fine to win some games. So and I don't think Michael Thomas fell off too much either when he was in the game. So it's interesting. Rodgers threw every under the bus because he could win a playoff game. Rodgers threw everyone under the bus because he could win a playoff game. I'm not sure what you're talking about here. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not coming at Brees. Hail to the Redskins. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Skins for life? Do you want to trade Kerrigan? I don't. If my heart's out of it, it's the right move. Right? It's a right move to move on from an aging linebacker. You give him a chance to go, we appreciate you. You're doing great. Here's a chance. You know what? You go try to win a championship. We'll get some value for you, and we'll try to build a team from here. Especially since he's not under contract. We may lose him anyway. That would be the most frustrating, right? Is if we don't trade him, get no value for him, and then he walks away from us next year. That sucks anyway. So, I'd be curious. If I were in the Redskins front office, I would kind of give him the option, I think. I would go to him. It's like, do you want to be a Redskins for life? We will make that happen. Let's even sign a deal now. Or would you like a chance to maybe go try to chase a ring? We can get some value for you now. I know it's a business. I'm okay with whatever you want. Basically, I want to make you happy, and I'm happy with whatever decision because I'm happy if you stay a Redskins for life, or I'm happy if we get some value for you now and you have an opportunity to go move on from somewhere else. That's how I think I'm handling it if I'm Kyle Smith or if I'm, Ron Rivera, if I'm making the decisions then Doug Williams, somebody in that position. That's probably how I'm handling it. But my heart, as a Redskins fan, says no. I don't want to trade him. Of course they did. Teddy save our season last year. Duh. Yeah, he really did. I swear, stop listening to Insider. Their information is pretty crazy. Yeah, it can be interesting stuff when you listening to the insiders. No, for the last time, we're not trading Kerrigan. That'll be stupid. All right, well, I just said my piece on that. Hail to the Redskins for life. I never said we were. I don't want to either. I just wanted your guys' opinion on it. Hey, we gave you your opinion. I don't hate you. Mike Pryor, Super Saiyan Kerrigan was a beast. I hope Young listens to him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is helping groom a young Chase Young, so that would be cool. I wouldn't. Your defense is good. Just draft offense. Get your offensive line right, and y'all made a playoff team. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But right now, Ryan Kerrigan's only playing like 7 to 10 plays for us right now, too. So is he really that important? I don't know. I love him, though. I don't want to get rid of him. Like on social media, I had idiots believing Thomas wanted to be traded. Yeah, that's true. There was a lot of talk about him being traded potentially. Would you trade Kerrigan if the Chiefs offered you their 2021 first-round pick and their 2021 third-round pick? I would make that no questions asked. I mean, that's no way we get that much value. I mean, at that point, I may have to say, I love you, Kerrigan, but, I mean, if he doesn't understand that position, I don't know what he'll understand, especially since he has a really good shot at winning a Super Bowl over there in the Chiefs uniform. But Max Kellerman knows what he's talking about. Yeah, Max Kellerman. Stupid Max. You keep Kerrigan around for Montez and Chase, plus he's still a good player. People fail to realize that he's awesome. If you trade him, then trade him and get back an equal player that plays at his position. No. If we're gonna get the same position, then I'm not trading him. Just keep him. Max Kellerman takes is worse than Skips. I hate Max Kellerman. God, with a passion. Stupid Max Kellerman. Mike Pryor, Montez will be a Pro Bowler. Honestly, he really might be. He's been all over the backfield in every single game, basically. He's really looked good. I love that we got him in the first round last year, a year ago. Chris Sports Talk. I mean, first round pick sounds like a mega move, to be honest. Yeah, if we can get a first round pick for Kerrigan, we probably have to make the move. I mean, come on. We don't have him under contract next year. We get a nice young player in the first round. We need picks because we need to start fixing this offensive line, getting a tight end, getting a linebacker. I mean, it's a first round. You probably have to make the move. Mike Pryor, no, Max is literally told what to say. That's how the debate show works. Exactly. Chris Sports Talk. Then you get another first round pass rusher or a top receiver. No, I do not trade Ryan Kerrigan for a receiver. Absolutely not. Mike Pryor, if we only had a half-decent left tackle, then Gibson would start to look even better. I swear that position is holding our offense back a lot. I kind of like this Cornelius Lucas, man, at left tackle. He's 6'8", like 327 pounds. Big body dude. He's very interesting. I like what I'm seeing. I know it's against a lowly Dallas offense, but it's very interesting. So what if again, why trade him? Your team looks better than the Giants' defense is fine. Your offensive line, get a corner, and you're good playoff team right there now. QB, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we need a corner as much. Our corners are interesting. Kendall Fuller, Ronald Darby, Jimmy Moreland, excuse me, Fabian Moreau. The corner position's actually okay. It's not the best in the league by any means, but it's okay. But we need a safety, especially now with Landon Collins out. Landon Collins and Troy Apke are a disaster. Even though Troy Apke didn't play a lot, it was mostly DeShazer Everett, and he played a little bit better, but it's not really good. Yes, Chris. Hopefully one day we get to root for Trey Lance in a burgundy and gold uniform. That would be a lot of fun. I'm going to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Landon Collins out might help the defense. His present wasn't there anyway. Yep, you're talking Chris's language. Skip Ellis said today that Fields is better than Lawrence. Interesting take. I would disagree. Spotify. Now that's funny. I want to sign Tony Jefferson to replace Landon Collins. Tony Jefferson, he was for Arizona. What is he doing nowadays? And how old is he? Oh, he was on Baltimore last year too. Is he a free agent right now? That's interesting. Sure, I'll look at the available 2020 NFL free agents. Let's see here. All right, so free safety is definitely something we need, no doubt. Trying to find the free safety spot. All right, we got, it just says safety. It doesn't say free safety. Okay, so let's see here. They also aren't in any particular order. Tony Jefferson's not the worst thing you said. How old is he though now? Okay, Tony Jefferson's only 28. What happened to him? Why is he not in a uniform right now? He's more of a strong safety, but he also can play free safety. I wouldn't hate that at all. Only 28? Yeah, I would probably... Man, what is wrong with him? What did he do? Is he... I don't think he was bad, right? What is his PFF last year? He didn't play great last year. 53.1. So he's not the... According to PFF, he's not great. But I don't know. I don't hate that move at all. Chris Sports Talk, that's what I've been saying. Our defense is about to take off. They're getting ready to start dominating this league. Our defensive line is up. Our lineup is exactly what they always wanted. I know football. This is when we take off now. I'm for it. I'm all for it, man. He's a free agent currently. Yep. I don't want to spend no money on free agents. Sign them off the practice squad. We have plenty of money on free agency, especially for one-year deals. We have like $30 million. Why not use it? We can use that money. There's no doubt. Like, there's no problem with using it. Spoiler for gaming. If you want to sign the Vikings Harrison and get bum at Collins, trade him to the Jets. Trash belongs with trash. Landon Collins has no trade value at all, so we have to keep him. Shaking my head. I know, especially with this injury. Achilles or ACL, I don't remember now already. But yeah, whatever it is, either one is really bad. I know people have mentioned Eric Reed. I'm not absolutely horrified by that. Clinton Dix didn't have a good run with us. He played pretty good in Green Bay. I don't know what he did much in Chicago, but Clinton Dix might be not the worst signing. I liked Clayton Gaithers in the offseason to potentially fill the need at free safety. I would like to go get Clayton Gaithers from Indianapolis. Sucks that Monte Nicholson had off the field issues. He may have been a pretty good free safety for us. Yeah, so those looked to be my options there. I'd be okay with like any of those guys to try to help fill in, but we'll see. I would be able to give y'all Marcus Williams. Cameron Cole will soon show you guys exactly what I've been talking about. Watch when we see the Giants. Okay, but what about DeShazer Everett's position? I mean, come on. It's not like DeShazer Everett's going to light it up, right? I mean, Cameron Cole maybe can be a strong safety for us instead of, what's his nuts? Landon Collins. That'd be cool. But we got it all, like, DeShazer Everett. Is he really the guy that we want at free safety? He's more of our special teams ace, you know? So if we can get a Clayton Gaithers or somebody that can play free safety, that could be really awesome. I saw Nicholson at the club one night in Chinatown. Really? I know. DeShazer Everett right now is a guy that's more of a special teams ace. That's what I said. But yeah, no, he's but right now he's on the freaking thing. Tim, get the computer. We need to find them. What's he? Hey Chris, bro, I need your help. Cowboys fans are still hiding. I can't find them. You have any leads? Oh no. Yeah, they got embarrassed. Yeah, they got embarrassed. A 1-5 Redskins team gave them the business. Oh, that one had to hurt. And they thought that I literally got a text from, it was actually one of my buddies from college. He's actually a Bears fan. But he texted me. Hold on. I got it right here. He just happened to text me before the game. I barely talked to this guy. He was one of my roommates in college. You know, we're still friends. He came to my wedding and everything. But he hadn't talked to me in a little while. And he just randomly texted me 10 minutes before the game. And he said, hate to say it, but I think Dallas is going to have a big bounce back game today. Lol. And I even joked around. I said, yeah, we are a trampoline or a bouncy house. But, and then I looked at it and I was like, holy crap, we're actually favored by 1. And then, then an hour and a half later at 2:19, he goes, well, this is unexpected. Dallas is bad. DeShazer Everett is solid as well. Just watch these guys, man. I'm telling you, just watch them work. And, I don't know where they are neither. They're so mad right now, making excuses. Their coach will be fired. It's bad. I'm so glad the Redskins did not hire Mike McCarthy. I did not want him at all. Like, you get run out by one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I have a big problem. And I hated, right now, I don't think he's using Zeke very well. It does suck because Zeke is also fumbling the football, but I don't think he's running the football at an effective rate, and that's exactly what he did in Green Bay. He had Aaron Jones for like 3 seasons before he got fired from Green Bay. Aaron frickin' Jones, one of the top fantasy running backs in the league. He had so much talent even back then, averaging over 5 yards a carry whenever he got the ball. Sometimes he was averaging like 9 yards a carry in a game. And he refused to give this guy the ball more than like 7 times a game. And as soon as he leaves, then you can bring in the other guy. I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now for some reason. But why can't I think of his name? Anyway, the Green Bay coach, Matt somebody I think, right? He comes in and they start handing the ball off to Aaron Jones. And all of a sudden now Aaron Jones is a monster. Mike McCarthy's almost like a Jay Gruden. They don't know how to freaking design a run game. And it's really bad. Really frustrating. Demarius Randall wouldn't be bad either. I don't know much about Demarius Randall at all, to be honest with you. I went to Mars, no Cowboys fans. I even went to Dallas, nowhere to be found. Tim, get metal detector. We're finding them. I heard they're on Jupiter. Don't you worry. They'll come right back out. Yeah, Mike McCarthy looks Jurassic out there. He's a relic. Yeah, I mean, he won a Super Bowl because he had Aaron frickin' Rodgers in his prime. That's why. We tried to sign Demarius Randall, but I don't know what happened with that. I also wanted us to sign Anthony Harris. Yeah, I don't know much about either of those guys, to be very, very blunt and honest with you. Lil Extendo, what's up, man? Welcome back. Cowboys would still be trash if they were healthy. That defense is poor. Right? DRG, hey bro, I'm sorry I'm late. No worries, dude. Watch the video back, dude. It's all good. But you can hang out with us now and still chat. But you could always watch my recap. I started with the recap today, so you can always watch that back. No worries. We got 5 of you here, only 2 likes. Like the video, mans. Like the videos. Mike McFaddy sucks. Mike McFaddy sucks. Yeah, he ain't too good. There's no doubt about it. I do not like Mike McCarthy. Guys, did you guys see what happened to Atlanta? Right? So I know when we were talking on Sunday during the Redskins recap, we were talking about how Atlanta lost the game on a last-second touchdown by Detroit. I didn't realize this. I just saw this today. Todd Gurley actually had a chance to sit down and waste time off the clock before he scored, and he accidentally scored, which then gave Detroit enough time to come down and score a touchdown. Oh my God, another brutal loss by the Falcons. Not only did they lose in a fourth quarter comeback, but they lost in a way that makes you want to pull your heart out. You know, like, oh, first the onside kick, then the debacle against Chicago, and now this against Detroit. Oh, this just hurts so bad. Oh, no. Oh, God. Are you normal here, Bostic? Is that a new name? Have you been here before? And I know you by a new name. I don't know. But that's a tragic name. Good hit, Bostic. Oh, what a... Oh, that's... What they would say is toxic. That hurts. Chris, Tim, and Spoiled are the cowboy hunter. We trade to find the fans, but they keep running from us. Why they always running? Oh, we're the cowboy hunters. I love it. That's great. They invented a new way to choke, accidentally scoring a touchdown. Oh, they can't even win when they score a touchdown. Oh, no. I found Atlanta. They crying with ice cream in their hand. It's Atlanta. Eagles will beat the Cowboys, but lose to the Giants. LOL, I can't wait to see it. We'll win our next 4 games. Go right ahead and book it. I'm gonna be bold tonight. Yeah, we'll bring bold predictions tomorrow night. Wednesday night for Skins in the Game. We'll have some bold predictions. I'll tell my dad to bring some. But I'm rooting for freaking Cowboys to do it. Good hit, Bostic. I just subscribed. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Very funny name. It was a brutal hit. But good hit, Bostic. Oh no. Oh no. Who is that? Where he from? I don't know. I don't know who. Have I seen you before? I have no clue. Very funny name though. Mike Pryor says that wasn't a good hit. It really wasn't a good hit. He's being pretty toxic, pretty funny, but I appreciated the joke. It's pretty good. It's funny. Bostic ain't getting suspended, not one game. Is that good or bad though? I think that it's almost like out on good behavior. John Bostic is not a dirty player. He's not a nasty guy. He's not an Ndamukong Suh or something crazy like that. So I don't hate the decision to not fine him or I don't know if they find it, but not suspend him because he doesn't have a history of this. It was a brutal hit. It was disgusting. He deserved to get ejected, but I don't actually hate the decision to not suspend him. Thank you guys for liking the video. I see a few more likes. I really appreciate that. Bostic ain't getting suspended, not one game. Is that good or bad? Sorry, I read that one. Little extendo. I saw the last part of the Atlanta-Detroit game. The game-winning touchdown was amazing, improvising by Stafford. He's still a solid QB. Yes, he's extremely underrated. Matt Stafford is a legit QB in this league, no doubt. I need the Cowboys to win because Chris, Tim, and Spoiled can't chase them to Pluto. They need to come back to us. They need to come back. Yeah, where's Jeff? Where's Jeff for us? Gotta talk to Jeff. DRG, what do you think we will end up doing with Haskins? I don't know. I mean, because if all of a sudden we go 3-1, 4-0 against this lineup, if that happens, Haskins is probably done. I would love to get rid of him before the deadline. That'd be huge, but I have no clue. I think the Danucci Cowboys QB is starting on Sunday. They are going to get blown out by the Eagles, lose to that trash QB. They should forfeit the season. That QB is horrible. I saw a video today. It was hilarious. I don't remember their name. I've heard his voice before. They do voiceovers as like commentators. But they're talking and it's like, oh, Andy Dalton drop backs, and he decides what in the world to run it. Okay, go Andy. Oh my God, his head gets knocked off clean off his body, and then, oh God, what a freaking terrible hit. All right, well, now this guy, DiNucci's lining up, and if he was backing up Andy Dalton, that probably means he was a high school janitor last week. So, yeah, tough here for the Cowboys. Hail to the Redskins for life. Who the hell is Ben Cucci? Yeah, DiNucci, I don't know. We could probably get 5 or 6 round draft pick for Haskins. I would take any value for him that we can get. I wish we didn't draft him, but anything we can get for him, I'm taking it. Get some value for the young man, dude. It's not working here. Maybe he could go do something somewhere else. Good for him, but not here. Chris, man, we are facing the existence of Cowboys fans. It's not good. They give me and everyone a good laugh, and Tim, me, and you going to miss these jokes on them. Oh, no. Good hit, Bostic. It's football. He didn't have to get stretched off the field, so it's a good hit. Oh, no. That's funny. They're saying right now that he may be on his way to Pittsburgh. I would love it. And, that's why I compared him to. I compared him to Big Ben Roethlisberger, so I'm not hating that at all. A little cowgirls. Harrison Mingham, welcome to the channel. Have not seen you here before. Welcome. He says, or she, I don't know, probably he, Hekker is a god. Does he win Special Teams Player of the Week? If he doesn't, I don't know who the flip does. Maybe the Buffalo kicker. But, I mean, holy crap, dude. I mean, this is insane where, you have a punt at the 1 yard line, the 6 yard line, the 5 yard line, the 10 yard line, and the 7 yard line. He basically won them the game just with field position, making Chicago have to travel the length of the field like every single drive. So I don't know how he doesn't get it, except for maybe the Buffalo dude who had 5 or 6 field goals. It's one or the other. But yeah, hopefully you join the channel, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it, man. And let us know who's your team. Are you a Rams fan or somebody else? Let us know. Tighten Up Sports. I'm guessing you're a Titans fan potentially, but just subscribed. Awesome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. That helps a lot. I really appreciate it, dude. I won't be surprised the Redskins has history outshowing the Saints. Yeah, except for the time where we freaking lost a 15-point lead in 2 minutes ago or something stupid. Oh, I was so mad after that game. Rams finally beat a non-NFC East team. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. It's hilarious. Yeah, they finally got their first win. And I think that the Bears are kind of a fake 5-1. They're a 5-2 team now. Harrison Mingham, I'm a Rams fan. Awesome. We need to step it up. Hey, the Rams are a really good team, and Sean McVay was our offensive coordinator over here in Redskins Nation, so we know you got a great coach over there, young guy. So very, very cool stuff. And I like the Rams. Aaron Donald's obviously a monster. Jalen Ramsey played really well today. Jared Goff is a very capable quarterback, especially in that offense. As he gets older, he'll get smarter and know the offense more and more. And Sean McVay is one of the most creative offensive minds in the game. So I like the Rams. Yeah, D-Hop is atrocious. Yeah, it's really bad. Spoiler for game. Somebody get me a doctor. Cowboys fans are dying off. Yeah, what's more of a plague, coronavirus or the lack of Cowboy fans? Who's dying off faster? Oh, that's so brutal. That was probably mean, but I think it's funny. Mike Pryor, yeah, D-Hop is atrocious. It's really bad. Harrison Mingham, bring some Tua next week. Oh, that's right. You guys played Tua in his first game. That's going to be interesting. I'm thinking that Tua played lights out in practice to the point where they were like, okay, we have to play him because why bench Fitzpatrick for any other reason? I have no clue. It makes no sense. Tighten Up Sports, I'm a Titans fan. Makes sense. Welcome to the channel. And I'm sorry that your Titans lost their first game to Pittsburgh, but you guys are a really, really good team down there. Derrick Henry's a monster. A.J. Brown's a monster, too. Chris Sports Talk, no, y'all need to get some receivers to become a contender. You talking about the Rams? Or who are you talking about, Chris? Let me know. We have 7 people. Hit that like button for Tim. or Cowboys will replace your team. I saw one that go up to 8 immediately after you said that, Spoiled. That's funny. Our kicker sucks. Don't you have Gostkowski? Your kicker doesn't suck. The Rams receivers don't look terrible. They still have Robert Woods. They have Cooper Kupp. Josh Reynolds had a good day. They don't have like anybody super duper flashy, but Everett at tight end, their running backs run really hard. Their weapons aren't terrible. They're just nothing great. Kupp is so underrated. Yeah, Kupp is really, really good. We have 2 great receivers. Yeah, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. And Josh Reynolds had a really good day today. And I think you have one more, don't you? I know you used to have Cooks. I thought you had somebody else now this year. Maybe you don't. I don't remember. Infinite Space 44. The Rams won 24-10. Defense looked amazing. The Bears only scored a touchdown on a forced fumble scoop for a touchdown. So Rams won 24-10 over the Bears, and it was just really never even close. The Rams really just handled them. And we talked about Johnny Hekker, the punter, was the MVP of the game, Infinite Space. Let me tell you, MVP, dude. He had a punt inside the 1, inside the 6, inside the 5, inside the 7, and inside the 10. What a day for the punter. Sport FM Gaming. Everyone in the chat, we're going to the funeral of the Cowboys. What food y'all want me to bring? Chinese food or fast food? Yeah, Cowboys are over. Cowboys are hanging it up. They're moving on. They're becoming a football team in London next year. Nick Foles looked like Haskins out there. Yeah, Nick Foles struggled today, but at the same time, it was the freaking terrible terrible field position. Really sucked for Foles. And lack of run game. Montgomery didn't really run well today either. He missed a 45-yard easy game-tying field goal. Yikes. That does hurt. I didn't realize that's how you guys lost to Pittsburgh. That hurts really bad. But at the same time, Gostkowski's a pretty good kicker. But that does suck. You can't miss too many of those before you start going down. That's for sure. You have a good, solid receiver, and that's Cooper Kupp. That's not going to win y'all a Super Bowl. Y'all need a game changer. What made you a contender was the fact that y'all Gurley, which was a game changer. Y'all had Gurley. Name me the best receiver to win the Super Bowl in the last 20 years. It's none of the top-tier receivers. None of them. None of the top-tier receivers have won. Except for probably Marvin Harrison back in 2006. Outside of that, Julio's never won. Larry Fitz has never won. DeAndre Hopkins never won. Calvin Johnson never won. Michael Thomas hasn't won. Odell Beckham hasn't won. Antonio Brown hasn't won. The list goes on of top-tier receivers. Instead, look at teams who have won. Patriots. Freaking Doug Baldwin in the Seahawks. Or Demaryius Thomas. I don't really consider him a top-tier receiver. I think he had some good years statistically, but he's not a top-tier receiver in Denver. Like, wide receivers, they're a nice luxury to have. And I guess maybe you would say Tyreek Hill last year. That's probably the only one that's really like a top 5 talent that won a Super Bowl in Tyreek Hill. But most of the time, it's not the receivers that get you Super Bowls. Now, they're nice to have. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, like, receivers don't really make or break, in my opinion. When do Redskins play on Thursday Night Football? Thanksgiving. Lil Extendo, what's up, man? NFL is doing the people wrong for not making the Ravens vs. Steelers game the Sunday Night Football. Wow, really? That is wrong. Oh, that should be moved back. A 6-0 team, 5-1? Yeah, they should be playing on prime time in some shape or fashion. I do agree. That's kind of robbery. When do Redskins play on Thursday Night Football? I actually said that. Sorry. I for real thought Chicago would have won. Yeah, Chicago was probably... I don't know. No, the Rams are actually favored by like 6 points. Believe it or not. Y'all need a dynamic guy to become a contender. Plus, y'all D-line needs some work along with those safeties, but y'all have good chemistry out there. That means a lot. The D-line needs some work. The D-line for the Rams? Maybe you meant O-line, but the D-line? Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers? I mean, I don't know about that. Let's see here. I hope we get Daniel Jones and Wentz out so we can win the division. We don't need to get them out. They'll be fine. We could win the division without it. It's more up to us. It's not so much what's going on with the other teams. It's more up to us. What can we do? You not lying. Don't worry. Saints versus Bucks will happen on Sunday night football. Drew Brees will probably make Tampa Bay defense cry. Good. I hope he does. That'd be fun to watch. At least your team has some damn rings. Yeah, the Titans lost to the Rams on the half-yard line. Right. We have 3 rings. We do. Not in my lifetime. I was born in 93. The last one we won is 92. So, not in my lifetime. Let's see here. The Saints win a Super Bowl with no top-tier receivers. Yeah, who was your receivers back then? Marquise Colston? A tight end is way more important than a receiver. Gronk won if you consider him, even though he's a tight end. No, tight ends are very important. Travis Kelce and George Kittle were in the Super Bowls last year. Like a good tight end can really help you, especially down the stretch. Having that safety valve, no, tight ends can definitely help. I'd rather have current success Titans guy than 28 years ago success. Yeah. Those teams had a dynamic talent on offense, which changed the game. That's my point. They don't have that on offense. That's why I brought up Gurley, not just Cooper Kupp. Those receivers they have can be neutralized. So having a top tier player on offense, I can understand what you're saying there, like a go-to guy. And the Rams probably don't have necessarily that. So I kind of understand what you're saying in that sense. I guess I just disagree with it had to be a receiver. So if you're saying it doesn't have to be a receiver, I'm with you. Dude, it's not funny wishing injury on people. You're probably a little kid trolling, but still. Oh, you're talking about the you're talking about good hit by. Yeah, we don't need to hope for injuries. You know, hoping for Daniel Jones and Wentz. Yeah, we don't need to hope for injuries. Let's see, Chris Sports Talk. But if they get that dynamic guy in offensively, you guys will hit your potential because then those receivers can really step it up and onto another level because the attention on them would be less. That's why I thought that they would have tried to have gone and got Le'Veon Bell. If they could have got Le'Veon Bell out of the backfield in that dynamic offense, I really think the Rams offense would look really, really good. But Bucks, Cardinals, Cowboys, Seahawks, best receiving cores. Oh, come on, dude. Don't disrespect Atlanta like that. Julio and Calvin Ridley? Come on, man. That's the best receiver duo probably in the league, minus maybe Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Atlanta, we can joke about a lot of things in Atlanta, but one of them is not the receiving core. I just realized Washington killed Dallas. Yeah, they did. Colston was a beast. Colston wasn't bad. He was fine. Like, I'm not hating on Colston, but he wasn't a top tier guy. It's not like you're afraid of Marquise Colston all game. I mean, you know, he would get his stats and he was a good fantasy receiver, but he's not like, you know, Julio, DeAndre, Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitz, somebody like that. I mean, he was a good player and a good offense with Drew Brees. And no D-line. All they have really is Aaron Donald. The rest of them are just fill-ins, not dynamic D-line. They're middle of the pack at best. Michael Brockers is good. Aaron Donald. And then their other D-line is, because they play a 3-4, Sebastian Joseph Day. What's his situation? I don't know much about him. Sebastian Joseph Day. Oh. Why is it not showing me his PFF? Did I read his name right? $65.2. He's had no sacks. I mean, Michael Brockers is still good, though. They actually don't have a lot of defensive linemen in general. They only have 5. But Aaron Donald's a freaking monster. So if you have him, you're already above the middle of the pack, in my opinion. Let's see here. Titans up. Not going to lie, but the tight end position is starting to get more important than wide receiver position. Yeah, tight end is extremely important. It's been that way for a while. Hold on there, kid named Callaway showing promise on the Saints. He can't make the Saints more deadly. He can make the Saints more deadly. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. But no, tight ends are really, really important. And you have a great one in Jonnu Smith over there, Titan. I love Jonnu Smith. Yeah, I agree with the tight end thing. Just got off work and saw your stream again. Keep up the good work, man. See ya. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by again. Appreciate it. It's football. Let's stop being soft. It's competition. It's fun. It was a funny joke to come here with good hit Bostic, okay? But we're not going to wish for injury on every single football player that we play. It was funny. He's looking like their number one as far as targets with Thomas out. I don't know. Maybe. Everybody wishing injuries on others until it happens to their team, right? Yeah, especially as Redskins fans. We know all about injuries. People give Daniel Jones bad flack. He's actually showing a lot of potential. He's pretty good QB. He doesn't have a running back, receivers, no O-line, and he's still progressing and learning and balling. Yeah, I don't mind Daniel Jones. He does have some interesting talent in himself. DK will be the next Megatron. DK is a beast, but he got shut down pretty well against Arizona, man. He only had like one catch for 17 yards in regulation. Not good. And he was taking shots the other night. My guy was lit. Drew in his prime mainly made receiver look good once they let him. Their careers went south. There's probably some fact to that too. They found their guy. They shouldn't take for a QB. And I hate the media. They always look at player stats or record to determine if they're good or not, or their feelings. Watch the game. He's good. There you go. It's true. Reasons Drew Brew doesn't have most rings because of defense and bad luck. There are times when he mess up his career. Drew had an awful reliable defense. I'm a huge Peyton Manning fan. You don't need to talk to me about bad teams. Everything Daniel Jones is doing right now is what Haskins was supposed to be doing. Had he be doing what Daniel Jones has been doing, he'd still be playing. Giants made the right pick in picking him. It's probably true. Oh, definitely over Haskins. There's no doubt. That's a fact. If you put Drew Brees on the Broncos, I guess you mean Broncos, after Manning left, they would have made Brady hold on to them rings. No, I mean, just about anybody that could breathe would have won with that Broncos defense. Von Miller was a freak. You had Derek Wolfe. You had DeMarcus Ware. You had Harris in the back. Yeah, no, that defense was insane. Marvin Jones to the Redskins trade rumors. I don't mind that. I like Marvin Jones. He's an interesting player. I don't know what we're gonna give up for him. I don't want to give up a bunch of capital, but he's an interesting guy. They picked Daniel Jones high. I think in the future he'll be every bit worth that pick. He'll live up being picked that early. That guy learns as he plays, extremely mobile. He has promise. Could be true. Anthony Johnson, damn, I just woke up, missed the game, but I knew the Bears was going to lose because they're fluke, and same as Foles. Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Bears are real. I tend to agree with that. And the Rams' defense looked fantastic today. Mike Pryor, you just woke up at 9:30 at night, bro. Or excuse me, at 12:30 at night, bro. Right? I don't know. Maybe he has a weird schedule. Chris, and Tim, just so you know, Terry took Patrick Peterson to school, dropped 100 yards receiving on him, I believe. But Patrick Peterson shut down DK. Interesting. Told you not to put DK next to Terry. I don't know if literally Peterson played him all game, but I do know Terry's a beast. Okay, I don't care. Fine. Terry's number 3. I don't care. Yeah, if Haskins has been chosen by the G-men, they wouldn't have won a game since the draft. It's different, and he did that with Tyler Lockett on his team, taking attention off of him. He had a lot of attention. He had all of the attention. Tyler Lockett had no attention. What do you mean? He had 15 catches, 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns. More like DK gave Tyler Lockett the opportunity to go off. Oh, you have been asleep since 7, just supposed to take a nap, but woke up right now. Well, I hate when that happens. I don't curse, but heck no, I don't want no Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is not, I don't know what we're giving for him, but, I don't want to trade some crazy pick, but, Marvin Jones is not a bad player. He's not great, but he's not bad. Depends on what we're getting. I don't want to trade a bunch of stuff for him. Sweat Gaming, I think y'all should replace draft scouts because y'all don't be getting nobody. I look at the Saints and I ask how Sean Payton find these players. Hey, actually, our last few drafts have been interesting. Okay, our drafts are not as bad as you think they are, and especially the last 3 years. Our drafts are definitely. I love Kyle Smith. Doug Williams is okay, but Kyle Smith as a talent evaluator for our GM, he's really, really good. Well, he's he's our head scout and player personnel guy. We don't have a GM technically. Or do we? Because it's team president is what Jason Wright is. So Kyle Smith is essentially our player GM. Mike Pryor, we should go after Scotty Miller. He's looking like a baller out there, and they won't need him with AB, Evans, Godwin, and that other new guy, 18. We should try and scoop him up. I don't know much about Scotty Miller, but if the fact that he's behind those receivers doesn't tell me that he sucks. You could be really good and still be put behind those guys. So very interesting. Specific Gaming, for crying out loud, we had no first round pick and we drafted a top 10 center. How does Sean do it? I don't know. Hey, that's awesome. No, I'm saying Terry didn't have Tyler Lockett to take attention off of him and himself. Terry had all of the attention. I see what you're saying. But at that game, we had Sims, right? Seven catches, $125, and a touchdown. It also came at the end of the fourth quarter where they're playing off a bit. I don't know. I don't think I can really compare those two based on that. My prior, we usually do draft well. I agree. Anthony Johnson, last pass draft I liked, but I wish we have Cooley for our scout. I would love Chris Cooley on our scout team. That would be amazing. Kay, what's up, Kay? How you doing, man? Jonathan Allen for CeeDee Lamb. Great trade for both teams. CeeDee Lamb dropped 5 passes. I love CD, though. I think he'll be fine. I don't want to trade Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen is one of those character guys, one of those leaders, that you just love to have on your team. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to trade him in general. And also, Dallas is not trading CeeDee Lamb. You nuts. You know what, Mike Pryor? Now we are agreeing and talking. If we could, Scotty Miller's make that trade in a heartbeat. He's so fast, and he'd be great slot receiver with us. Interesting. What, are you high, Kay? They wouldn't never make that trade. Yeah, definitely not. Scotty Miller isn't bad. Basically, just a white Steven Sims. Okay. Yes, sir, Chrissy. Hey, oh no, don't mess with your D line at all. We are built. It's so great. I do like our D line. And I like Jonathan Allen. He's also just a great leader for us. I'm going to head off. Love coming to the stream. Thanks for liking my guys' stream. Have a good night. Thanks, Spoiled, man. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by again, dude. Always nice to have you. Maybe see you on Wednesday. If not, we'll see you Thursday. Chris Sports Talk. No CeeDee Lamb. No, that trade is stupid. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's all about finding those hitting gems. Yep. No, you don't. So, no, did you not just watch Sunday, LOL? We don't need CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, he had like 4 drop passes, 0 for 5 on targets or something like that. No, Anthony Johnson seems much better than Steven Sims and faster, and he can play on the outside, not just the slot, and he can run routes. He's way better than Sims. You talking about Scotty Miller? Especially with Ioannidis out. Yeah, I know. Once we get Ioannidis back, that'd be sweet. Our defensive line is really, really good. Our defensive line is good now, and then once we get Matt back, we could be really, really dangerous next year. Yeah, Scotty Miller is a beast. Look at that Brady pass from him on Sunday. Okay. Is he really better, or does the talent around him make him look better? I know he is faster. I wouldn't mind looking into Cole Beasley, the ex-Cowboy. He does a lot up there in Buffalo for him. Nice. Just watch the touchdown to Scotty Miller. I don't know if Scotty Miller is really going to be that game changer guy, though. I would think I would rather have Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones actually, like, how tall? Yeah, Marvin Jones, 6'2". But Marvin Jones is 30. That's a little old. And he ran a 4.40. So Marvin Jones has got some speed. He's got some size. Marvin Jones is interesting, man. Would you trade Chase Young for Justin Herbert? Hypothetical? No. Thanks. I know football, that guy is fast and he can play on the outside. Sims can't play go to the outside and play receiver, plus his hands are kind of suspect. Good hit, Bostic. We just knocked that stupid blank star off the helmets. Let's go. Especially off Andy Dalton's helmet, right? Yeah, Edelman is just at the end of his career, sadly, yeah, no. I'm from Boston. And all of the Pats fans up there cried when they found out their precious Edelman was roided up, and it was hilarious. Okay, these trades wouldn't happen like that. It usually includes picks and genuine team needs. Hell no, Tim. Marvin Jones wouldn't have the impact Scotty would have, and Scotty would have our number 3 option whenever we get our number 2 receiver. Marvin Jones could be our number 2 right now. I mean, Marvin Jones is a legit number 2. I don't know what he's done in Detroit this year, but Marvin Jones has had pretty decent years, even when he was in Cincy and in Detroit. It's not all about stats for the career, but yeah, 1,109 touchdowns in 2017. He gets injured a lot. That's concerning, but I don't know. Marvin Jones is still good. especially with Trey Lance and Antonio Gibson. Yeah, that would be an awesome receiving core. No more Cam Sims and Robert Forster on the field, right? I don't know. I think that Marvin Jones is a better receiver than Scotty Miller. Personally. They're different guys. I mean, I understand that Scotty Miller is more of a slot position, but Marvin Jones is not bad at all. Marvin Jones is a little old and overrated. I did mention that he was 30. That is a little bit concerning. I don't want him. Trust me, you don't want him. I've watched him. Okay, maybe. We need a big body receiver that can make a tough contested catches. Yeah, we all want that. That'd be awesome. Cam Sims is a good man. You guys are tripping. He's a body catcher, bruh. Come on, dude. Go back and watch those preseason games when he was frying. He would let that thing into his body. Even when he caught over those two dudes, he went up with his body and caught it like this over him. That's why when he freaking got basically cut that last game, he had 3 drop passes because he lets it into his body. Cam Sims, I don't mind Cam Sims. He's 6'5", and if he can learn how to catch the ball better, that's awesome. Good for him, but he's not that good right now. But all right, guys, I think I am going to head out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for liking the videos. Thank you guys for all your comments. It's a lot of fun. We will be back on Wednesday with Skins in the Game. Me and John will be here, me and my dad, having fun, talking some skins, celebrating a beautiful beatdown of the Cowboys win. I will rewatch the game tomorrow, get ready for it, and then we will have a bye week. So we'll see what we'll do at the end of the show this week because there's no game to talk about next week. But then we will be back next Wednesday as well for that. And then for you guys that aren't Skins fans, I will be back on Thursday to talk about the Thursday night game, which is, I believe it's Carolina versus somebody. Falcons-Panthers. So we get to watch the brutal Falcons play, but awesome. Let's see. Cam Sims can be that if you give him a chance. I mean, gosh, and don't sleep on Gandy Golden. I love Gandy Golden. I think Ron and them needs to get him the ball more. Gandy Golden got hurt. We do give him a chance, although he has been on the team for the past 3-4 years, correct? And his chance now since our wide receiver injured. I like Cam Sims, just needs to work on his hands. Agreed. Gandy Golden looks like he just jumped out of the Arena Football League. Right. But all right, guys. Thank you. And until next time, see ya.